What's up, YouTube? This is Malak News TV, and we're coming at you with another one today, family, with the NWO, aka New World Order. But this time, family, they're putting it right in our faces on Fox News. Let's get right into this.
Hundreds of gas-guzzling private jets took off this week as billionaires from all over the world jetted off to Davos, Switzerland for the ritzy and glamorous World Economic Forum, a week-long event for the ruling class to talk down to the rest of us. And it's not for everybody. It's an invite-only event. And once you do get in, they divide you by class. You get a white badge with a blue line if you're rich enough. You just get a white badge if you're married to someone important. Or if you're just a part of someone's entourage, you get an ugly green badge. You're not good enough.
They allowed him to get in there
and they have their own little police
and do this report
sure people are focused on
because they want us to know about it.
If you're not from CNN or the New York Times and you show up uninvited, they'll probably arrest you. And it's all headed up by a guy named Klaus Schwab.
Klaus Schwab. You might want to remember that name because we are familiar with other families that we're all familiar with, right? But this Klaus Schwab guy, according to what this guy's about to say, he actually holds a whole lot of power. Now let's continue.
Much running a one world government here. He kicked off the week.
He is running a one world government.
Theirs, not yours.
The future is not just.
Family, did you just hear that? He said this guy is running a one world government, and they said that the future is theirs, not yours. Do you know what he's trying to say? Do you understand about the whole depopulation that they will continue to call a conspiracy theory until it actually happens, right? Just like everything else is a conspiracy theory until it actually happens. This is what these guys are actually trying to do, have a whole one world government. They said this guy, Klaus Schwab, is the head of it. Now listen to this demon right here speak.
The future is built by us, by a powerful community as you here in this room. We have the means to improve the state of the world.
And the way they start is by tracking you. If you go deep in the weeds and what these people are saying at this place, they're openly scheming up some of the craziest plans you'll ever hear of, like tracking your carbon footprint.
Listen up,
We're developing through technology an ability for consumers to measure their own carbon footprint. What does that mean? That's where are they traveling? How are they traveling? What are they eating? What are they consuming on the platform? So individual carbon footprint tracker.
You see, family, and he's trying to say so that individually you can do it. But we all understand everything that's online is in a database. So it's really for them to track your footsteps. Where are you going? Why are you going there? I'm pretty sure a lot of guys seen a lot of these types of things, even on the movies that you watch. You just thought it was a movie. You've maybe even heard somebody, maybe even on YouTube, speak about stuff like this years ago. But once again, you didn't pay that much mind to it because you was thinking, it's probably not going to happen as you go, along your daily life. But now they're putting it right in your face on national news. Let's continue, family. If you don't get it by now, I guess you never will.
Stay tuned.
You heard it. The one world government wants to keep tabs on what you eat and where you go. All because John Kerry's a little mad that your cheeseburger is wiping out part of the population.
People forget, greenhouse gases are pollution.
Like you care.
And 15 million people a year die because of the quality of the air around the world.
Like you care.
We're dealing with a crisis here, folks. It's a crisis made by human beings.
Made by
Maybe
you.
they should take their own advice before jetting off across the world on those private jets, emitting all that carbon. But
yeah, that's one thing, family. That's all BS when they get to talking like that. Listen, man, that man doesn't care anything about that. Now, do they kind of care about the environment in a sense? Yes, because they know they silly behinds have to live as well, right? But here's the thing. They want to get rid of a lot of people, and that was what he was kind of hinting at, They say about all these people dying. Well, all these people are using these emissions, meaning, vehicles, it could be airplanes from the factories, everything, right? So if you wipe out a lot of these people, then in theory, the air will get cleaner for these elite rich people so that they can live in their new world society, because in their minds, they're the ones that built it. In their minds, they're smarter than everybody else. And in their minds, they're the ones who should be ruling the world. And the rest of you guys should either be their slaves or you should be dead. But let's continue.
To them, they have more important things to focus on, like preventing the next pandemic, since it worked out so well last time.
If it comes 10 years from now,
we
we should have far, far better diagnostic technology. That is, be able to scale up every country within a month to diagnose their entire population. We're a little distracted right now, so getting the debate going is happening slowly.
Yeah. And here's one of the things too, family. You guys have to understand something, right? So you take Elon Musk, right? So at the event that these rich people once again had, he had on the back of one of his jackets, it said New World Order. Why would it say that? Because obviously Elon Musk is down with that, right? Bill Gates, another one, of course, he is down with the New World Order. Here's the problem with that. Bill Gates is a business owner. He's not a doctor, right? So a lot of you people listen to this guy when he said, hey, you know what? I'm going to make a boom for the jab. And it was done in so quickly. I mean, like, you've never seen anything done that fast, right? And he got it done so quick, and you guys went and got it. Now, imagine this, right? It takes billions of dollars to do research on anything, right? And it takes billions of dollars to give it out to millions and millions and millions of people. And they gave it to you for free. They even gave out incentives to get you to go take it. And none of you guys questioned it. Knowing that this is a billionaire, knowing that he's down with the NWO, you still didn't question it. You went and got it. You don't know long-term effects from it yet at all. You don't know if some people had short-term effects and it took them out quickly or not. You don't know. And even if it is going on, you're not going to know because the news is not going to report a story like that. Now let's continue.
People are distracted by inflation, food shortages, real problems. But the ruling class at Davos says, don't worry, it's all a part of the plan.
Mm-hmm. We need to accept that there will be some pain in the process. The pace that we need will open up for missteps. It will open up for shortages on energy. It will create inflationary pressures, and maybe we need to start talking about that pain is actually worth it.
Now, how she also said the pain is actually worth it, who is she talking about? Worth it for them. It's not worth it for you, right? She said a shortage in electricity. What is that telling you? Your lights might get cut off. There might be times when your electricity is off. Food shortage, well, we kind of somewhat seen that, but it could get worse. See, they're telling you this stuff right in front of you. Here's the thing. You got to know how to read between the lines because they're not going to tell you a lot of this stuff directly. It's up to you to use your brain and really listen to what they're saying and analyze it. Because they're telling you right in your face what they're going to do. So the only thing you could do at this point is do what? Prepare.
You have all the money in the world. The last thing you have to worry about is inflation. It's our problem, not theirs. They're busy ruling the world. And shady George Soros says if we don't make their ideas a reality, civilization is done for.
You heard that? If we don't make their ideas a reality, civilization is done for. That is a straight, bold threat that he basically sent out to the world, right? And with their big money, they can actually get it done. And you might say, well, how can they get that done? Quite simple, because they have low-minded people that will go and do their dirty work. Because mind you, these rich people are not going to get their hands dirty. They're not even built like that to get their hands dirty. But what they can do is they can pay other people. They can influence governments of other nations to go and tell their armies to go and act out these things. And the armies, these soldiers, they're going to do it because they're yes men. So this is kind of how it goes. But if those same people went against that, said they weren't going to do it, they have no power. But because most people are going to do it, they do have the power to do that. Another way they can do it, right? They can stir up these nations and have them all going to nuclear war. Well, they already have their underground cities, not bunkers, but they got underground cities. I can stir the whole world up, go underground for 10, 20 years if they want to, come back up and repopulate the earth if that was, what they was thinking about doing. I'm pretty sure they're thinking about doing it, even though their plans are going to be destroyed, but I'm pretty sure it's probably what they're thinking. But let's finish this up, though, fam.
Fighting pandemics and climate change, avoiding nuclear war, maintaining global institutions have had to take a backseat to that struggle. That's why I say our civilization may not survive.
Believe it when I tell you, these people don't care about any of us. They're just a bunch of globalists hanging out and coming up with too many bad ideas. Rand Paul.
This is facts, family. And it's why you can't really trust any one of those guys, anybody that's in a higher, so-called higher up. You can't trust them because they're all under one accord, regardless if they act like they are or not. Because a lot of times they can't act like they are because of certain reasons, right? Because it has to be an act. They have to fool the people. But you cannot trust these people at all. You have to look at the evidence, look at the proof, and also listen to what they say. And you'll figure it all out, family. Hey, man, it's NWO. It ain't no joke, man. They're saying it dead in front of you now. They're letting you know that they're trying to depopulate the earth without letting you know they're trying to depopulate the earth. And this is why you're going to have these energy shortages. If I had to guess, probably most likely during the winter times. If I just had to guess, only because it's real cold, trying to freeze people out so they can die. Food shortages, anytime you got food shortages, if it gets low enough, people to starve that way with inflation getting higher. So if you have food shortage, low food, inflation getting higher, so the food costs even more anyways, with your rent and everything going higher, you're going to start strangling people out and making people panic and start doing crimes and all type of stuff while they're also trying to strip away your guns. So family, buckle down. There's a lot of stuff going on. And hey, the ones who can leave the country, I say, hey, head for the border. And with that being said, hey, like always, peace and blessings, one love and shalom. Until next time, I am gone.